Yeah, if anyone wants to comment something, go for it. Yeah, but it's been hard because the thing is like I feel like so far in society we took for granted socializing, you know, and stuff. Uh, yeah, but it's super important. I mean, like today I was listening to a podcast and there was one girl. Well, she's from the UK. She was like kayak professional athlete, and we have to take care of each other. Vane. Hey, Vane, thank you for your comment. Zanachi. Yeah, thank you. Really appreciate it. Yeah, guys, you want to comment something, just go for it. Any question, suggestion, just go for it. And she was saying that she went sick because basically she was like kind of not socializing, not like meeting people. She was trying to training all the time on her own, and basically she was sick because of that. And then she realized that when she was like meeting more people and training with people and stuff, she eventually recovered. So yeah, it's super important. I mean, if you are all the time alone, it's super, you are going to go burn out, you know?
Yeah, I saw your story today about feeling a bit low, and I admit that I think the same is happening to me, you know, especially as online teachers. You know, I don't know if you're also exclusively working from home, but I feel like I'm in this bubble. You know, I work in my bedroom and then I watch TV in my living room, I eat in my kitchen, and I'm just inside these four walls all the time. And I think that working from home culture has also perhaps sparked, you know, a bit of burnout, a bit of loneliness for a lot of people as well. But yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like you reach a point like, because it seems reasonable, you know, it's now I'm comfortable here, you know, on my own, and you know, you get a point in which I don't know, it depends on a lot of things, but at least in my case, it was like I was getting more loads of things to do and putting on more pressure with me and more tension, you know, and then you reach a point in which you say, I can't handle with this anymore, you know, and I'm better to, you know, and but yeah, I feel like socializing, and I feel like making connections with people, because right now it's super difficult to, and it's true, like there were studies that say like the average American used to have like 3 friends to talk to, and right now the average American has 0 friends to talk to
Really?
yeah, like
Wow.
not friends but people to, you know, to lean on, you know.
For sure. I mean, that was one thing that was really strange, you know, being a British person coming to Spain, because I feel like in general, our circle of friends are just so much smaller. Like, I remember leaving work and walking down the street and seeing these groups of like 20 teenagers together. And I just thought, how can it be possible to have 20 friends? Like, never in my school life were there more than 4 or 5 of us in a group of friends. So I feel like, you know, I feel like in Spain, obviously everyone's personal situation is different, but I feel like here, you know, the need to socialize and people's ability to socialize is well, so much bigger than it is in England, where we're all just a bit more isolated and happy in our own little bubble, you know.
I mean, the thing is like I mean, out of you see like 20 people, but most of them are trying to fit in, you know, and maybe they are not really comfortable, you know, so it's tricky, more than meets the eye, you know.
Yeah. So you told me that you lived in London for a while as well, right?
Yeah, I mean,
In England.
yeah, I went to Leeds like 2 years ago. I did my Erasmus year. Yeah, and it was
And
really
how
good.
was that, being a Hispanic person in in a country where we're all just quite different to you guys?
Actually, I really like the UK because, well, I mean, I went to university, and the thing is like, well, I mean, I guess all the universities in the UK, or at least most, But it was a really international university. It was not like just Brits, and then like most of the time I was with like international people from. Most of the time it was not with English people, so it's more like and I got to know people from all over the place, you know, and it was super good. I really enjoyed the experience. The thing is like people from Leeds, when I went to Leeds, they have a really thick accent, you know. So, well, at least for me, I guess right now it's okay, but uh, they got a really thick accent, you know, strong accent, and
I mean, the further north you head in general, the harder it is to understand the British accent.
yeah,
But I
yeah,
mean, the same happens here, when I studied Spanish at university, I had maybe like two or three teachers, and they were all from kind of the Madrid area. And then I came here to Galicia, and I was like, what are people saying? I had no idea. I had no idea what they were saying, And then I met South American people, and I was like, okay, we are not able to communicate because it's incredible how much an accent or, people's vocabulary and even grammar changes depending on which part of the country or the world you are.
yeah. From Rob Ballet at Leeds for him. Just kidding. Oh, at Leeds. Okay. At least, I guess. At least for him. Okay, yeah. That was a joke, I guess. I guess he was trying to say like at least instead of at least. I don't know. Yeah, I think so. You know
Oh
what
my
I mean?
gosh, there are loads of people here. I didn't hear you very well, Roman, sorry.
Okay, there's a comment. Light says at least for him. Just kidding. Did you see the comments though?
No, I haven't. It's gone. Oh, maybe.
Okay, yeah, the connection. Yeah, yeah, that one.
Maybe.
Uh,
Yeah, joke in English.
it's a joke, like instead of saying like at least, saying at least.
But
Yeah,
yeah, there are loads of people. So why don't you guys leave in the comments the country you're from so we can find out where you're tuning in from? That's the cool thing about this language learning community, is that you get to talk to people from everywhere. So yeah, leave your country in the comments so we can see where you're from.
yeah,
Anyway, Ruben, where are you from? I didn't even ask you.
yeah. I'm from Madrid. Yeah.
Ah, wicked. And you've
Uh,
been teaching English for a while now?
um, yeah. I mean, the thing is that okay, so basically, I was kind of a normal student. Yeah, till I was like 19. Yeah, and I was studying physics. And the thing is, like, I went to do my Erasmus to Leeds, and I saw that lots of people in general, like international students, were kind of struggling. You know, they were kind of struggling to communicate with English native speakers, and I feel like the English people were kind of not. Yeah, not really. I mean, I feel like international students were like kind of on their own, you know, and English people were like kind of on their own as well, and they were kind of not mixing. So I said that I thought that if the communication was better between them, like everything would be better, you know.
Yeah,
So so and when I was there, I tried to improve a lot my English, you know, to get to. I wanted to get like to a British accent, you know, and and I just wanted to inspire people, you know, to do that. Yeah, it's
that's
basically
great.
that.
Well
Yeah.
done. And what's the best part about teaching English for you?
Um. Yeah, I feel like when I message people, because on DMs, you know, I message people and they tell me that they are finding my content useful, and also see like progress on my students, you know, and see they are improving, they are getting better scores, they are learning new things, they are more motivated. I feel like that's the thing that excites me the most. Yeah. What about you?
It's a big question. The best thing about teaching English, I think part of it is I feel really thankful that people put their trust in me to to do something which is quite big, I think. You know, in the end, you're helping somebody reach a big goal in their life, whether it's to be able to pass an exam, you know, to be able to communicate with people all over the world. And the fact that they've chosen you, I think it forms quite a special bond between you and your student, especially if you're a one-to-one teacher. And right now, most of my classes are private lessons. So I think it's forming those relationships with people, you know, and like you said, seeing them advance and get closer to their dreams, to what they want to do in the future. But it's
Okay,
hard.
just what? Yeah, yeah. That's really inspiring, to be honest. Okay, just want to say here, like Robale has said that I think she's from Peru, and then like Leagon is from Argentina. Thank you, Leagon. Adolf Nerado from Argentina. Gabi,
From everywhere.
Police. Hey, I know Gabi. Gabi's a friend of mine. Like,
From Mexico. Oh my God, I made the worst Mexican food the other day. I can't believe a Mexican is here now to judge.
Mano, bro, how's life? Tell me about you. Just kidding. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like, what's your take on it? Like, about the idea that non-native English speakers struggle to, in general, communicate effectively with English native speaker. What's your take on it?
What do you mean?
Like, because I feel like when I went to UK, a lot of particularly like Asian people kind of are kind of not comfortable, you know? Oh, the connection is bad though. Well, do you, the connection
Yeah,
is
you
kind
keep popping in and out.
of, yeah, the connection is not very good. Oh shit. Okay, the connection
I mean,
is not very good. I
regarding,
guess maybe better. It's not
I guess
better the
we'll see.
connection. Hmm.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, I guess regarding
Okay.
international students in England, I know, like, I can understand how internationals would maybe feel isolated or find it hard to practice with people because before I was in such contact with Spanish people, I was the same, you know. In the school I went to, there was quite a big separation between all the international students and all the British students, which I found really sad. I was like the only one who kind of was fluid between all of the people, but it
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
very very normal. But even at uni, I studied Spanish and Portuguese, but I only spoke, or I guess all of my classes were with my English classmates, and there wasn't much integration or effort, you know, which I have to admit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think you have to be really brave and even quite forceful to want to integrate with natives, I guess in any country. I find it the same in Spain. I find it really hard to kind of push myself into a group or a circle of Spanish
Yeah.
friends because I feel like they're so close and they've been friends for life and it's hard, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, I mean, on the one hand, maybe it's true that they have like stronger bonds because they have been getting to know each other for a long time. But on the other hand, when you on your first year of university, everybody, I mean, no one's know anyone, you know, like everyone is new. So
Yeah.
I guess more related to culture and communication. I don't know. What's your take?
I really feel like everyone's experience is so incredibly different. I think it depends on where you are, the personality you have, the
Yeah,
type of people you're surrounded by, you know? Because I mean, I did my Erasmus in Spain, for example, but at that time of my life, I was quite shy, you know, I was underconfident, I was very introverted, and I didn't mix with Spanish people at all. So my Spanish did improve during my 3 months in Spain. But then coming back 3 years later, you know, and I guess coming back with a different mentality and the willingness to learn and
yeah.
surrounding myself by people who literally don't speak English, so there's no way to not improve,
Oh,
you know? But I think
sorry.
it's really hard to be an international and to communicate with anyone from another country, you know?
Yeah, that might be true. But I mean, I mean, just a common ground. But obviously, like the better you can communicate. I mean, for example, I think it could be easier for me to go to. I mean, let's consider a Spanish speaker. Okay, he goes to
Okay.
Argentina. He probably is going to struggle less if he goes to, I don't know, Russia. You know what I mean?
If they speak the same
Oh shit.
language, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So the point is like the closer you are to communicate, like the better you communicate in one language, probably the more integrated you are going to be.
I
I think.
definitely, like when you
Yeah.
start seeing that you're able to speak to someone, I think at the beginning when you're a beginner and you're still not quite sure, or you're not confident in yourself with new people, it can be really demoralizing and it makes you not want to speak. But I feel like
Yeah. Yeah.
as soon as you get
Yeah.
to a point where you're like, you know what, fuck it, or I'm actually able to talk, like the world changes for you. You open up to so many more people and you start improving quickly because you're like, oh, look at this, I made friends in English. I can go to England, I can communicate, but you need that motivation and that experience, to be able to, I guess, to keep you going to an advanced level. Otherwise, you just kind of get stuck. Oh,
Or to learn any language. I re Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Okay, I recommend to try to. I mean, your level is not really high. Maybe it's better to meet like people from not from the UK, but for example from Germany. That also you can speak English with them. From France, from Portugal, I don't know, from anywhere. That English not the first language because then you can. They are more patient in general and more open, I guess. I don't know. What's your opinion?
I agree. I think a good first step is finding, I guess, an international community. I think people who themselves have had to learn a language, or maybe are immigrants to an area, I think are much more understanding and patient because they understand the experience, and I think a
Yeah.
lot of native people who've never had to communicate in another language, they just don't really get it, you know? But yeah, I mean, for me personally, I found my closest friends, and I guess the most patient people, like you said, always in language exchange groups, but in groups of people whose main focus is to make friends with people of other cultures. And there are loads of them around, which is, I think it's just such a great thing about the time we live in now. If you're in a secluded area, you've always got meetup.com, you've got pen pal websites, but there are endless opportunities to surround yourself by people who want to hear you.
Yeah. A Q&A. Oh, okay. 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 Why is it like Q&A like this? Oh no, Q&A. Okay, I don't know. It says like Q&A, like question and answer.
Mm,
Um,
you know?
yeah, here, like at the top, like it says like the people who are watching it, and then here says like Q&A. I don't know why. Okay. Um,
I like your bedroom.
um, my house, Ruben. I don't understand that. Okay. I like a lot your bedroom. Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate. Oh yeah, this is my bedroom. Yeah. Do you like it? Thank you. I mean, I think I don't think you can see anything like. Well, this is my window. Like yeah. Um. Yeah. I feel like it's true that you need to get a balance, between like putting yourself out of your comfort zone, and sometimes trying to uh yeah, settle down and be glad with your level and what you have, because I mean your level is really low, well, not really high, and you try to all the time speak with native speakers and they are all the time not understanding you, you're not understanding them. That could be really, really frustrating to the point that you don't want to talk anymore, and that's something to avoid. But on the other hand, you are just doing the minimum stuff, like doing the most essential communication because you don't want to feel rejected, feel not understood, then probably it's
Yeah.
going to be hard as well because there's no improvement, and there's no growth, there's no, you know,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
So yeah, I
I
feel like you need to find a balance between getting out of your comfort zone and try to enjoy and yeah, be happy with your level, something like that. Yeah.
I think it's also just a case of just doing a little bit every day. People get frustrated that they're not fluent already, or that they can't speak about every topic that they want. But I feel like a lot of people don't do the consistent work that everybody needs to get to a decent level and work at home. I have a lot of students who depend, I guess, exclusively on the classes,
Yeah,
but they
that's
don't do a lot of work outside. They don't try to read more. They don't watch the news or listen to podcasts in English. And then I feel like it really limits your learning. So, I mean, I guess there are two really important, aspects to seeing good growth in English. And A is practicing, just like you said, throw yourself into the deep end and speak to whoever is willing to listen, but also to keep doing work at home, but finding a way that you love to study. So if you love reading, it doesn't feel like work. If you love watching Netflix, watch everything on Netflix, But
yeah.
if
We've got
podcasts are your
here
thing,
from Eric. It says, I agree, I have a lot of ideas on my mind, but I don't know how to sell my ideas. It's like my vocabulary is gone. It's gone. Uh yeah, yeah, it's about what you said. My level of English is B2, B1. Haha. Yeah, that's decent, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, and the things like I feel like it's really super hard, to be consistent because it's super uncomfortable, And indeed, like you go to the prehistoric ages, like you were listening to people who didn't speak your language, then probably the most likely thing that you would do is running, because that means that they are enemies or something like that. So um, so it's like from a evolutionary point of view, it's it's not natural, to learn a new language. It's more like you do the opposite. As soon as you listen to someone who doesn't speak your language, you need to run away because that means enemy. That means danger. So so it's like you know what I mean, like
I mean, I've
so
never thought about it like this, but
yeah. So I mean, like when you listen to and also it's super uncomfortable, For example, me with German, I push myself every day, to practice that a bit. But it's super uncomfortable and it's super easy to say, oh, I'm busy, I don't feel like I'm not to practice. So I mean, it's true that you need to push yourself, but when your level is not really high, it's super difficult to be consistent, particularly if you are just learning on your own, because if you're always talking to someone, then it becomes easier. But if you are on your own, it's super easy to quit, to say, I don't care today, and then I don't care
yeah,
tomorrow, this
yeah.
week. Yeah, so I
Oh,
recommend
I
to
lost
try
you
to,
again.
sorry?
No, I lost you. You keep coming in and out. But no, you're back now.
I'm back, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry because my battery is low. And yeah, and I need to charge it in a place in which the connection is not really good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's another. Well, do you want to read the comment, Issy? Here of Donna.
I can't see the comments anymore. They're not showing up, any of the new ones. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, the last comment I can see was Clubhouse, the message that you sent.
Oh, really? Okay, so
I don't know what's going on.
I read it. Okay, Donna, 666. Okay, thank you, Donna. It's true what you are saying. In my first years of learner, I used to talk to anyone, but now it's like, yeah, I can't do that anymore because I got more conscious of learning by myself. Uh, hmm, okay.
I mean, this is a really, I guess, a relatable situation, because for me, it was only, I think, like 2 years ago, or maybe three, when I moved to Spain, that
Yeah.
I started to, I guess, get out of my comfort zone. But that was already after like 10 years of learning Spanish, and
Wow.
I got here and I was so nervous speaking to people and I didn't understand a lot. And I felt kind of like a child because you feel vulnerable, when you're still not really sure of what's happening. And I used to cry. I used to come home from group meetings and just cry because I was so nervous.
Yeah, I completely. Yeah, I can completely resonate with you. Yeah,
But
something.
then I don't know. I feel like part of it is just, keep pushing yourself because you will get better. But also there are so many exercises you can do at home, to gain confidence in speaking. Like my personal favorite in Spanish is just grabbing a book and reading it out loud. So I get used to the sounds of Spanish. I practice speaking even though I'm not speaking to a human, but
Yeah.
I think in everyone's life, like they just reach a point where they're like, okay, I'm ready. But some people feel really confident really quickly, and other people take much longer in English. And I think it's just,
Yeah.
you'll find a time when you are comfortable, whether it's in a few months or even a few years down the road, but everyone gets there at one point.
Yeah, I feel like the best thing is to start as soon as possible to start to speak, even if you're not sure about things, because it's like fake it till make it, like try to speak,
For sure. Yeah.
you learn on the way, it's like doing a business, it's better rather than trying to know everything about business, it's better to start a business and learning on the way, learning on the journey. Um, I think with language learning, I think it's kind of the same, isn't it? Like try to just push yourself to speak, and if you're not sure about something, check the dictionary or something. Um,
I
yeah,
think
I mean,
just to like not worry as well too much, like in the end, it's so easy to criticize yourself. You hear all your mistakes and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't keep going. But people don't care. Like in general with life, I think people just don't really care
yeah,
about anything that doesn't involve them. If people make a mistake or they can't speak, like no one thinks about it. And even if they're like, okay, that's weird, in 10 minutes they're not going to care, you know?
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So
100%.
so yeah.
I Yeah, I remember that like I remember that like that before starting this Instagram account, I was really worried about maybe my I don't know my school classmates, uh my school teachers, what would they going to think about what I was going to do? But I realized that they didn't care.
Yeah.
They didn't care at all, and that was a big relief, to be honest, to know that like no one really cares unless they have a really good reason to care. Yeah.
It's true. It's true. And I feel like the people who really care about you are always going to do what they can to help you improve and make you feel comfortable. So like I said, it's finding your group of people who want to improve with you and who want to help you. There are always going to be impatient people out there in the world, but they're not the ones to practice your English with. I think finding a good buddy to start with, but
Yeah.
then just, live your life and just be happy about the fact that you've got this far. You can communicate with people that your whole family probably can't. Like every day, I think I'm here in Spain living with like a family of Venezuelans, and I'm so proud of the fact that I've got to the point where I feel so integrated into
Yeah.
the language now that I'm not worried. But this is after 13 or 14 years of crying because it was so hard. But yeah, we'll get to our point, to a point of comfort.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I was going to say something, but I forgot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, one thing that I was keeping underestimating that I think is super important is to try to really enjoy the process, because it's super easy to get caught up in the idea that you want to improve, 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 and never trying to enjoy the process. And I am the one who is like super saying, that's not worth it, like the only thing that's important is improving, and the process, enjoying the process is not so important. But right now I'm realizing that it's super important to, enjoy the process, have fun along the way, look back in time. Oh shit. Oh, the connection was going. Okay. Okay. Do I have to say everything again? Or... oh, how's
No,
it?
no, I think we got most of it. No, we got most of it. It's all right.
Okay,
But no,
yeah.
I completely agree with you. Yeah, just be happy with where you've got, but I think find ways to practice and ways to learn that you enjoy. I think so many people think of English as like this massive chore, like I've got to get an exam to do an exam. I
Yeah.
don't know this list of verbs, but I don't know. If your thing is like listening to like medieval podcasts, go for
Yeah.
it and enjoy the things you're learning from your English. But yeah, it's learning any language, whether it's, English, Spanish, Japanese, whatever, is an amazing tool that connects you to this whole part of the world that you're otherwise very isolated from. So make the
Yeah.
most of the level and put yourself out there. Don't be scared.
Oh shit. Oh, okay, guys, I'm going to uh finish going. I don't know what's happening. Okay, I'm at. It's alright. The camera's gone. I used. Hey, do you listen to me?
You disappeared for a second.
Okay. Yeah, do you listen to me anyway? Or okay,
Yeah, I can
maybe
hear
the
you. No
camera.
problem.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Again. Cool. Yeah. One thing that also I think is super important is the idea that you need to surround yourself. At least when I went to UK, I initially met some. Oh shit. So I'm going to. Yeah. Initially, I was with some people who were like kind of. I was not comfortable, and they were not trying to make me improve, and they were more around criticizing and stuff. So try to position yourself with people that push you forward and care about you and want to make you improve and collaborate in that process. Um, yeah, I know with people that try to drag you down and don't speak like you want to speak. For example, your case, you want to speak Spanish. So in that case, don't try to meet people who just want to speak English. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's the little things in life, like I started making an effort to speak to like, the checkout assistant at the supermarket. I was like, Izzy, just have a little conversation. Like that's all you need to do. And then with the woman at the bakery, I was like, Izzy, just have one little conversation. So I think for those of you who are already living in an English speaking country, which a lot of my students actually are, it's just taking those little steps, you know? But yeah, don't be scared. And like you said, surround yourself and find your community because on the internet, I mean, the number of groups of people who want to practice are endless. The number of Instagram accounts, which create like speaking groups as well are numerous. So I think make an effort to find your people,
yeah.
and then just keep going.
Group. Do you have a yeah? Are you the manager of a speaking group or
Yeah, me.
yeah?
No. I
No.
spend too much time teaching that I just don't have the time to
Yeah.
do any speaking groups
What
right
is your
now.
goal with social media? Like, what do you want to achieve in terms of, like, what is your goal with your Instagram account? What do you try to, yeah, well, what is your long-term goal, I guess? Or
I mean,
yeah,
right now, I mean, of course, I'm using Instagram as a way to reach lots of people, and to teach, I guess, people all over the world some really cool things, which I'm trying to do. But in the end, it's a tool to promote myself as a teacher. But more than that, right now I'm creating a big Cambridge English course to teach people how
uh,
to pass the Cambridge B2 and C1 exams. So it's, I guess, my way of trying to reach out to lots of people and show you, hey, like, I will help you pass your Cambridge exams, and I'm creating all of these things, so stay tuned. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely for to help people outside of my classes, and also to be able to spread the message, and be able to ultimately help more people pass their exams in the future.
Yeah.
That's my project.
Um, well, just before finishing, I want to say that you are really inspiring in the sense that, because I feel a lot of English teachers, like native English speakers, that are teachers of English, they just sometimes they just speak English, and but you are like preaching with example, because you have been learning Spanish, and that makes you more entitled, to learn English, and I really appreciate that. I really value that.
I think, I mean, obviously there are lots of fantastic teachers who are monolingual, who are teaching English. But
Yeah,
I think being able to speak Spanish helps me in, well, in two ways. A, I understand all of the mistakes that Spanish speakers make all the time because
yeah,
I'm really familiar now with the language. So I think that makes me a better teacher to Spanish people, you know? But also, I think having learned language, not just one, I had to learn Portuguese because my family's
oh,
from Brazil and I don't
oh,
understand them, but just being in a situation where I've had to learn languages and I've learnt how to learn, I think it also helps me understand my students because it's really easy to be like,
yeah,
why don't you guys speak English? But not many people have made the effort to get to an advanced level in a language. So I think it makes me a better teacher, and definitely more understanding as well.
like yeah, more empathy, more compassionate. Yeah.
And Spanish is great. I love it. I can go home and speak Spanish and nobody understands me. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel it was okay for today. I really appreciate talking to you, Issy. Well,
Yeah, I had
Issy,
a great time.
yeah, and maybe yeah, maybe in the future we can do another live stream. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. I'd like that. That'd be fun.
yeah. Okay, so just have fun, enjoy the weekend,
Thanks. You
enjoy
too.
life.
Take care, okay?
Yeah,
Bye,
bye.
guys. And
Give you
thanks for
everyone
tuning
like
in.